Assalamu alaikum, my brother and sisters. Jad is a man of Jewish descent. In the middle of his life, he converted to Islam. After taking the shahada, he changed his name to Jadullah Al-Qur'ani. Jad decided his life to serve in Islamic preaching. He preached to African countries and succeeded in converting millions of people to Islam. In fact, Jadullah's mother was a fanatical Jew, a lecturer at a higher institution. However, in 2005, 2 years after Jadullah's death, his mother converted to Islam. Jadullah's mother said that her son spent his life preaching. He admitted that he had done various things to return his son to Judaism. However, it always fails. "Why can an uneducated Ibrahim convert my son to Islam?" said the mother in astonishment. Meanwhile, he, who was highly educated, was unable to attract his own son to Judaism. The story of Jad and Ibrahim. 50 years ago in France, Jad lived next door to a 50-year-old Turkish man. The man's name was Ibrahim. He owns a food shop which is located near the apartment where Jad's family lives. At that time, Jad was only 7 years old. Jad often buys household necessities at Ibrahim's shop. Every time he left the shop, Jad always took chocolate from Ibrahim's shop without permission, aka stealing. One day, Jad forgot to take chocolate as usual. Suddenly, Ibrahim called him and said that Jad forgot his chocolates. Of course, Jad was very surprised, because it turned out that Ibrahim had known all along that his chocolate had been stolen. Jad never realized this. He then apologized and was afraid that Ibrahim would report his misbehavior to Jad's parents. "It's okay. The important thing is that you promise not to take anything without permission. Then, every time you leave here, take chocolate. It's all yours," said Ibrahim. Jad was very happy. Time passes, years change. Ibrahim, who is a Muslim, becomes a friend and even like a father to Jad, the Jewish child. It has become Jad's habit that he will consult Ibrahim whenever he faces a problem. And every time Jad finished telling a story, Ibrahim always took out a book from the cupboard drawer, gave it to Jad and told him to open the book at random. When Jad opened it, Ibrahim then read 2 pages from the book to Jad and gave suggestions and solutions to Jad's problems. This keeps happening. Until 14 years passed, Jad had become a handsome 24-year-old young man. Meanwhile, Ibrahim is 67 years old. The day of Ibrahim's death arrived, but before he died, he had prepared a box containing books that he always read and often consulted Jad. Ibrahim entrusted it to his children to give to Jad as a gift. Hearing Ibrahim's death, Jad was very sad and his heart was shaken. Because all this time, Ibrahim was Jad's only true friend, who always provided solutions to all the problems he faced. For 17 years, Ibrahim has always treated Jad well. He never called Jad, "Hey Jew," or "Hey infidel," and even Ibrahim never invited Jad to Islam. As the days passed, every time a problem hit him, he always thought of Ibrahim. Jad then tried to open the page of the book that Ibrahim had given him. However, the book was in Arabic. Jad couldn't read it. He also went to meet one of his Tunisian friends. Jad asked his friend to read 2 pages from the book, just like what Ibrahim used to do for Jad. Jad's friend then read and explained the meaning of 2 pages from the book he was reading to Jad. It turns out, what he read was very fitting to the problem Jad was facing. His friend also provided a solution to Jad's problem. His curiosity about the book could no longer be contained. He also asked his friend, "What book is this?" he asked. His friend answered, "This is the Quran, the holy book of the Islamic people," he said. Jad couldn't believe it and felt amazed at the same time. Jad asked again, "How do I become a Muslim?" his friend replied, "By saying the creed and following the Sharia." Later, Jad embraced Islam. After becoming Muslim, Jad changed his name to Jadullah Al-Qur'ani. This name was taken as an expression of respect for the Al-Qur'an, which is so special and able to answer all the problems of his life so far. Since then, Jad decided to spend the rest of his life spreading the teachings of the Quran. One day, Jadullah opened a page of the Quran that Ibrahim had given him and found a page. The sheet has a picture of a world map signed by Ibrahim and inscribed with verse Ain Nahl 125. "Invite you to the path of your Lord with wisdom and good teaching." Jad was then convinced that the sheet was Ibrahim's wish, which Jad would carry out. Jadullah also left Europe and went to preach to African countries. One of the countries he visited was Kenya, in the southern part of Sudan, where the majority of the country's population is Christian. Jadullah succeeded in converting more than 6 million people from the Zolo tribe to Islam. This amount is only from that one tribe, not to mention the other tribes that he managed to convert to Islam. Glory be to God. This is the video I can share. Hopefully it can be an inspiration for all of us. And please support this channel by clicking the subscribe, like, comment, and share buttons. Thank you. See you in the next video.